I am a visionary. I do things fast. If I see a roadblock, I'll go around that roadblock.
Welcome everyone to another episode of The Real Estate Path. It's your boy, Jimmy Lee. This show is about the real journey, not some highlight reel that you see on Instagram. Because success in real estate isn't built on luck and fancy suits. It's built on failed offers, blown budgets, and the guts to keep going when everyone taps out. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a newbie, we're here to deep dive the wins, the loss, and the lessons behind each real estate journey. Today, I have a very special guest with me, James. Welcome to the show, James.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely. So, James, can you walk us through who were you before real estate and what inspired you to get into real estate?
So, I've been a nurse since 1995 back in the Philippines and migrated here in Chicago in 2006. Ever since, I've been working as a nurse, but I've been working like 2 or 3 jobs all at the same time, really hustling in my W-2. What really trajected me to invest in real estate is because of the financial independence that I wanted to achieve for me and my family. Because having a passive income with through real estate is, I believe, is the journey or the path that would bring me to what I wanted to achieve.
Okay. So, walk us through how you found out that real estate is a vehicle to help you achieve that financial freedom. Like, did you get education? Did someone talk to you? Like, did you go to a real estate meetup? Yeah. Tell us a little
So,
bit.
my first property is a townhouse. And then when I married my wife right now, we moved to a bigger house. So that property became a rental property. And then I was like, I think we are cash flowing with this property for almost 400 a month gross. And I said like, maybe if I can duplicate this, make this a blueprint for what if I would be able to buy more properties. So it started actually by me buying an investment property when me and my wife moved to our employer right now. This is the funny thing. When I was looking for a property, she doesn't know that I'm looking for a property. February 22 and 22, I told my wife. No, I mean, a week before that, I told my wife we have to be off on Tuesday, which is February 22. And in front of my boss, our boss, she said, why are we supposed to be off on Tuesday? Oh, we're having a closing. I told her, what do you mean closing? Yeah, I bought a house. I said, where do you get the money? Don't worry where you get the money, but we're buying a house. So this is actually kind of like the first investment property that we bought. Aside from the townhouse, the first property that I bought. Now, we close on a Tuesday. I have a tenant on Saturday. Cash flowing almost 500 a month. I didn't even clean the place. It was move-in ready. It was clean. That was the first thing that really made me move forward. I was like, oh, this feels so good. And then the same year, we bought a duplex.
So you just leverage that momentum
Yeah.
and just keep going.
Listen to this.
Yes.
That is 2022. 2023, we bought an STR in Florida. This my wife know because keep on telling my wife, we need to buy a house in Florida for an STR so that I can qualify as a real estate investor. My first sub to hybrid, she didn't know. I bought it. This was December of 24. And she didn't know. I told her, with my 2-year-old son, I said, we're going to step out of the house. We're going to go to Jewel, grocery shopping. She didn't know this. We're going to a closing table. With my 2-year-old son, went to the closing table, closed that sub to hybrid. She didn't know. This January 1st of 2025, I said, I have a surprise. I said, I bought another property. Where do you get the money? Don't worry where I got the money. We got another property. So that's the journey that really brought me to this real estate world. Because when we bought the property in Panama City Beach, all of these are like regular purchase through the bank. The third one in Florida, the loan officer said, your DTI is off the roof and we cannot lend you no more. I am a person that I don't take no for an answer. I look for ways and research over the internet how to buy more properties. That's why this is how I found PACE, the creative world. So that's purpose. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
We are in this
Community.
community.
Yeah, that's awesome. A lot to unpack there. There's one question I'm sure the whole audience want an answer to is walk us through your thought process of just making all the decision on your own without getting your partner included. I mean, that's very different from the traditional way, right? Everyone is like happy wife, happy life. They
Yeah.
gotta make sure that your significant other is in the decision making. What's your thought process on that? Like,
I am a visionary. I do things fast. If I see a roadblock, I'll go around that roadblock, which at some instances, my wife is a roadblock for me making those decisions, because if I would tell her before I do it, I has a W mindset. It's a mindset wherein going to work 8 hours, 12 hours a day is all, and get a paycheck every 2 weeks is the comfort zone that she was built into. I am a visionary. I am a risk taker. My stress level is off the roof, but you don't see it. But I'm comfortable with it. That's how I am built. Even when I was back in the Philippines, I was earning money when I was in 3rd grade. And a lot of my friends are just playing me.
what kind of stuff were you doing at 3rd grade, like to earn that money?
So what I did was, where I live in the province, there's a bowling lane, but this is a bowling lane that when you put in the pins, it's manual.
Okay.
So I was a pin boy.
Okay.
I was putting pins for those players.
So the machine like just broke down and they hired you?
No, there was no machines then. This was way back in the 1980s. And this is in the province. This is not in the metropolis.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's all manual. You have to put in the pins. I was earning. I mean,
Yeah.
anything that would make money, I'm for it. I don't want to rely on anybody.
Don't you feel like, since she is your wife, don't you want to share that journey with her and talk to her about it and maybe educate her and potentially get her to develop an interest, because a passion for it? Because I see that happening with other couples as well. So I'm just wondering.
So I tell her things of what I do, like, oh, I'm buying this, I'm buying that, I'm doing this and doing that. On the first few years, she was like resistant of what I'm doing. She doesn't want and hear of what I'm doing. So just what Pace said, a man convinced against his will have the same decision still. No matter what kind of convincing I would be telling her, she would still have this kind of mindset because she is secured with the W2, with her job. Me, I'm a risk taker. No risk, no reward. That's just the way I'm built. But
Got it.
I'm very glad that she's letting me do things that I wanted to do.
Yeah. She's really got that trusting.
Yes. All of the things that I did not include her during the decision making, it didn't go south. It's still producing revenue for the family.
That's amazing. All right, so let's get back to creative world. So once you found Pace, what happened next? How were you able to grow your portfolio?
So when I met Pace, it opened my eyes into the different realm of the different exit strategies or the acquisition strategies for properties. So when I started, all that I know is go to the bank, buy a property. That's it. Right now, we have different ways of acquisition without using our own money. We can just leverage other people's money and buy the property. We can do different stuff, even involving the bank, like a mortgage method, and yet get paid at the end. So it is I'm so thankful with Pace that he built this community for us, not for him. It's for us.
I think all of us truly believe in the collaboration over competition, right? And you're so right about having him giving us so much time, value to this community, and creating a space where we can all network with each other and collaborate and explore that win-win opportunity amongst each other, right?
It is the growth pushing each other to grow.
Yes.
It's a giving. I'll give you a clear example. The other day when we were in the session hall, somebody posted in Facebook that I have a deal, spoke with the seller. I don't know what to do on how to structure the deal. I said, where are you? I went out to the session hall, sat with this guy. His name is Rundown. I said, okay, give me the details. Okay, this is how you structure the deal to the seller. Oh, okay. It may be as simple as it is, but if you don't know, it's going to be hard. So this is my way of giving to the newbies my service, like teaching these new community members without asking for anything. He even asked me, so how much do I have to pay you? I said, no, nothing. Send me a gift card for Starbucks, that's it. That was even a joke. and said, "Oh, so what's next?" Oh, I don't have a TC. Oh, okay. I connected him with the TC that I'm using for my transactions. Boom, it's connection.
Yeah.
So it's not competition. It is a competition in a way that we compete each other to be better, not to go against each other's neck,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, that's a powerful story. I have something similar, just like yours. Recently, I hosted for Pace's A Creative Nation tour. We had 1,500 investors in SoCal, Los Angeles, and I was one of the leaders leading it. I was speaking on stage, and after I spoke on stage, there was this girl. She's Miss Hong Kong from one of the pageants, and she came up to me and said she has an RV park deal that Pace is interested, but she wants to make sure in case Pace doesn't get to it that I can help her out. I said, I don't know anything about RV park. However, I can connect you with someone within the community that knows RV park. And so she only had 4 days to close, right? She said, yeah.
Crunch time.
Yeah, exactly. And she had $10,000 deposit in the deal. So then she sent it to Pace team. The next day, Pace team told her that they have 9 or 8 other deals to underwrite. They won't get to her deal in time. And so she reached out to me, started freaking out. And I said, hey, let me go on the Owners Club directly, make some dials. And that's basically what I did. I made dials, text, and email a bunch of people that does RV park. And then a guy named Jeff Kloss, fortunately, responded back that night and saying that, hey, let's hop on a call at 8 a.m. in the morning. I had also reached out to Pace at the time, and he's like, oh, is this Miss Hong Kong? And come to find out, the next day, Jeff Kloss got on a Zoom call with us and walked her through the process, and we found out that the wholesaler had a really sketchy operation because there was no inspection for her. Like she didn't know better, right? There was a lot of things going on, and so basically we helped her to get her $10,000 deposit back, and she was super thankful. And then she showed up at Squat Up Summit, and she told me that Pace had actually told Jeff to help her out. So what a blessing to have a community where we all work together to help Miss Hong Kong, you know?
Without this community, she probably lost a 10,000.
Exactly. So yeah, is there a scenario where you worked with the community where you had losses, where just the relationship didn't go as planned?
Yeah, this was our fault, I believe. There was a wholesaler back way out in San Antonio. Brought her the deal. I said, oh, it looks good. There's an ADU at the back. So we were looking at the numbers and we just gave her 5,000 as EMD. Okay, and then just to find out that we were running the numbers, and I said, oh, I think we made a mistake there. Not a mistake. I think we made a hard lesson there.
Oh, what's the lesson?
It's not gonna cash flow. So losing 5,000 right now is better than losing more later on. So we just let go of the 5,000. That's it. So for us, I keep on telling my business partner Cheryl that is not a mistake. That is a lesson to learn for us.
So what was the lesson though? Like, did you guys just got too excited with the deal that you didn't even underwrite and you just sent the 5,000 in just to lock it in?
Yes, because we saw the primary house with an ADU that we thought we can rent it on separately from the main house, just to find out that the area doesn't support a good rental market. So it's a hard lesson.
Even with different ways of renting it, like Airbnb, midterm rental.
It's not a short-term rental area. So some of the exit. So our primary exit there was to rent it out as a long-term rental. Other than that, there's not much there. So we have to do our due diligence first before underwriting the deal first before you jump into it. Don't get too excited.
That's a good lesson there, for sure. So what's your vision? What do you see yourself doing? What do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
I'm retired from a W2.
Congratulations.
I'm only 52 right now. So it's what?
What Benjamin called as old?
Yeah, I'm old, Ben. So I have a 5-year goal way back 3 years ago that I'm gonna be retiring after 5 years from my W2. Maybe not retire, but maybe work once a month just to keep my RN license. So when I get back next 2 weeks to my job, so I only work 3 days a week as a nurse. I'm gonna be letting my boss that I'm gonna be only working 2 days a week for this year. Also, next year it's gonna be once a week, and the year after that it's gonna be once a month. I wanted to invest and focus on myself than work for somebody else, because working for somebody else, you are basically building up the future of your employer.
You're building other people's dreams instead of building your own dream.
Yep.
Is there anything else that you like to share that we haven't talked about?
Just as Space said, make a mess and figure it out. Because if you are not making a mess and making hard lessons, you are not growing. Just like a seed, in order for a seed to grow, it has to punch its skin and go up the soil to sprout. A lot of people are afraid of committing mistakes. That's why they don't grow. I am not afraid of committing mistakes. And don't be afraid of committing mistakes, because only in committing and learning this lesson is when a person grows.
So true. You learn by doing, right?
You learn by doing. You learn by learning these lessons.
Right. What's the fine line, would you say, between getting education and also taking action? Because in between, there's that analysis paralysis that keeps people stuck from actually executing. What advice would you have for our audience on that?
Because those lessons, if not executed, becomes knowledge. Knowledge is nothing, is useless without the action.
Right.
Turn those lessons and make actions. Make a mess and learn from it. Without making a mess and learning from those lessons, you will not grow. Because lessons turn into knowledge. And that's it.
Right.
That's how we were taught in the educational system.
I'm going to shift gears really quick. What do you like to do for fun outside of real estate investing? Come on, you got to have something.
Let me give you a little preview of what I am way back. I used to run, jog. I used to do marathon.
Okay.
When I went here in 2006, I was diagnosed with hypercholesterolemia, high cholesterol. I got 2 stents on my heart way back in 2015. I was not active, but I am watching what I eat. It's genetics. Now, what I love to do now is run. Just last week, I ran 5.8 miles.
Woo!
5.8 miles. It is a fit for me. It was an accomplishment for me because I haven't done that for 35 years.
Wow. Amazing.
So that's what. Well, the thing is, my hobby before is I used to do competition shooting. So other than that, there's nothing much that I do. I'm a boring person.
No, you're not. Shooting, that's fun. Jogging,
That's fun. Yeah.
that's fun too. You can jog in the nature, all that good stuff. I think jogging is therapeutic.
It is, and it's good for your health. I started jogging last year, but it's only a mile. And then I keep on gradually increasing the distance. My cholesterol became normal after 9 years. Since 2007, sorry.
That's powerful, man. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, that's why I can only do this because if I have time, meaning time for myself and my family, not time to work, not time for your job. This is the misnomer that a lot of people are looking for balanced life. There's no balance, meaning 50% success, 50% failure. You don't like that. You wanted to have 90% success and 10% failure. But a lot of people are like, work-life balance. That is not in existence.
Complete BS.
Yes. And that is what we were taught in school. You have to have a balanced life. Don't you think that you would want more to have more time with your family than your work? But a lot of us are working 8 hours at work, and when you get home, they're tired. Go to sleep for another 8 hours. Where's the family? Where's the quality time with the family? There's none.
Yeah, that is your big why. That's what I'm hearing, is to be able to spend more quality time with your family and put in the necessary sacrifice today for a better future, right? So just for that quality time. So well said. How can people find out more about you?
I have a Facebook page. It's James Bocalbos, and my IG is James Invest with Purpose. I mean, you can follow me. I post videos there, my journey and what I do in my real estate investment. So, yeah.
Yeah, make sure to check James out, give him a follow. And that concludes another episode of The Real Estate Path. If you found value from the guest speaker on this episode, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another episode. And be sure to share it with your friend who's also looking to achieve his real estate dream. Most importantly, take what you learned from this episode, apply it, because action solves all problems. Now go out there, make some offers, build the life you've always dreamed of. We'll see you next time on the next episode.